right, guys, we are back for another declutter. I just have come to this point where I'm like, I'm just over mediocre makeup. I'm obviously so grateful to be able to try out so many products, get PR from brands, but I feel like my collection is being choked out by stuff, and I really want to just get it back to feeling like me and get rid of some of this mediocre stuff, get rid of some of this stuff that was just sent to me, and really narrow down some of my favorites. So when I reach in there and want to try some products, I know I'm gonna get something good. So that's what we're doing today. I'm really going in. I feel like I was pretty ruthless, so I'm happy with how it went. And let me know if you want to see some other areas, because I know blush is like super overdue. I really need to do blush. I also need to do lip products. That's what you see behind me. So let me know if you want to see those. But before we get into the decluttering, I want to thank today's sponsor, June's Journey. If you were like me and into the I Spy books back in the day where you would look and find objects, you are gonna love June's Journey. This is a hidden object mystery game, and it follows June Parker as the main character. She's like a detective trying to solve her sister's murder and also uncovering family secrets as she goes. It's set in like the 1920s, and all of that story is to set you up to find hidden objects in these pictures, which are really pretty. It's super fun. I really like games like this. I find them relaxing, and I've really enjoyed this one. The first chapter has you at the estate where you're gonna like start doing your discoveries, and they pack so many items into these scenes, okay? Like when you're searching, you're seeing all these different things, and it's not even half of what you have to search for, so it keeps the game really fresh. And a little gameplay tip from Lauren, I really like doing the same scene over and over, so you kind of get acquainted with what they're asking. While you're finding things, you can also build up your own mansion. I'm still kind of figuring out how I want things to go, but if the game sounds fun, it is a free to download game. I will leave the link in the description box. I also have a QR code up here as well. It's available on Android, iOS. It's also on PC through Facebook Games. Thank you so much to June's Journey for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the declutter. Okay, my obsession with shadow sticks has reached peak. Like, I have so many shadow sticks here, and I'm excited because I'm gonna get the chance to swatch them all with you guys, but I definitely am also excited to get some of them out of my life and just let the ones I love shine. So I think first I'm gonna like get them all out. I like organizing them by brand, but I'm going back and forth on organizing them by brand or by color. I think brand though, because I feel like I know these products best by formula, and then I can kind of swatch colors after that and go from there to kind of whittle stuff down. So I'm just gonna get everything out and go from there. Okay, I've kind of organized them. You might have been like, weren't they already organized? But they were kind of all over the place. So I'm glad I did that. Let's start easy. Ones I know, I'm like, you gotta get out. I have two different brands here. I have some J-Cat and I also have some Revolution Beauty. I got these off of Ulta. I bought them myself, and I was in this phase of like really wanting to discover the next best cream eyeshadow, and I really wanted to find a drugstore one, but these were bust, unfortunately. So let's start with the J-Cat because I want to swatch everything for you guys in this video. Look at how pretty and promising this color is. Stunning color. This is the shade Mesmerize, okay? And I will tell you, the color is beautiful, and if you have really dry eyelids, maybe this one, okay, I could say might work, but these don't dry down. They don't dry down at all, so it's really tough. The color on this is making me want to keep it, but let's just swatch the rest and we'll go from there. Next, this one's called Moonlight Radiance, and as you can see, the kind of finish on these is different. So this has more of like a sparkle texture to it, not as much base pigment, it's not as metallic, and the formula on these also is very kind of, it's like a hard Vaseline, so it is very creamy, almost kind of sticky feeling, so it just does not last on the eyes on that movable lid. Like, it's not sticking around, you know what I mean? This next one is called Golden Hour of Life. It's a pretty long name. It has some like sparkle throughout, a little more metallic, but again, not keeping that one. And then this one is called Luminary Dream, which is another beautiful, beautiful color. I really think they nailed it on color selection, even some of the sparkle, like I really do. It's the formula on these ones that is just pretty sad to me. So at this point, I'm gonna get rid of all three of these. I'm gonna keep the taupe one just because I'm thinking in the future maybe I'll do a taupe video, but it's hard if I don't like the formula. I don't know. I just want to try it one more time, specifically that color, to make sure, you know, that can't work for me. Overall, not really a good shadow stick formula. Okay, somehow I wasn't even as ruthless as I thought in there, but maybe there'll be a bit of a testing situation or kind of a come back to pile. But the next brand here, the Revolution ones, these for sure, I'm not gonna keep any. I'm gonna promise to myself, even though again, we have some really pretty colors overall, but it's a similar thing. It's just when they say cream shadow, they mean it, and it's not locking down. It's not staying in place. It's gonna be dancing all over your eyelids, collecting in the creases, and not in that really nice way. It's in that way where like you just can't get this thing to like lay down nice on your lids. So I really don't suggest these. Again, they're pretty inexpensive, but there are some drugstore shadow sticks that kill it and they're amazing. And those are the ones I suggest. So stay away from these Makeup Revolution ones. I know I got sucked in. I got every single color. I was like, these are going to be amazing. And they really were not it. I mean, even from the swatches, they look like they might be nice, but they will not dry down. So let me tell you colors. Starting from the bottom, this is Obsessed Bronze. Then we have Fancy Champagne. Then this is Gold Flare, probably one of the prettiest ones. I really like that one. Euphoric Lilac, Pink Romance, and then this really pretty Sinful Green. But all of those have got to go. Really not a good shadow stick formula. And when I'm decluttering these, I'm gonna find homes for them if I can. But some of them, if they're really bad, might, you know, get tucked away so I can put them in a least favorite video. Now let's switch off. Let's do one of my favorites, my Bobbi Brown shadows. I absolutely love. I think I have a few duplicates just from different sets, but I don't know how many of these I'm gonna part. So more than anything, I wanna get you some swatches of these. This shadow stick formula is just so pretty. There are some more sparkly ones. There's ones that are more metallic. There's some that just seem a little more satin once you blend them out. I just think these look so beautiful in the eyes. They do dry down, although if I only use this and don't use a primer, I'm gonna have at least a little creasing, but nothing like the ones I'm talking about. I'm telling you, those, when I open my eyelids, they're like, my eyelids are sticking together because you know, it's still like tacky on my lid, almost like you put a chapstick or something on your eyes. Okay, let's get into these. In mini form, I have a few different shades. So this first one here is called Strapless, I wanna say. Yeah, this was like a free gift with purchase at one point. Really pretty color. I remember not loving this color for some reason, but I'm gonna keep it because I think it's pretty now. Then we have the shade Golden Bronze, another mini. Ooh. So pretty. It's not like a normal gold, right? It's more of a pewter or like cooler tone gold, but that one's stunning. And then I do have Golden Pink. This one I feel like comes in a lot of sets. And those are all my minis. Now for full sizes, let me see if I have any of those same shades. I do have a full size of Golden Pink, so I'm already gonna declutter this Golden Pink and find it a home. I know someone will love it. Part of me is tempted to keep the smaller one, but I just like having the full size and I use my shadow sticks all the time. So I'm gonna keep the full size of Golden Pink, which is that same color. And then the rest are all different if you can believe it. So let's see how different they really are. This one is so pretty. This one is called Stone. It's like a grayish shade, and this one's more like a satin finish. Bobbi Brown actually came out with some more like dual chromatic ones recently. There's like a periwinkle, like a ferny color, and another one. I think there's 3 in the line, and I am so tempted. I'll probably pick those up at some point if they're not gone by the time I get around to it. But this one here is called Mica. As you can see, lots of really great cool tones. I don't know how many of these are permanent or not, if some of them were limited, but if you can't find them on like Sephora, if you were looking for a specific color, check their website, check other websites. Sometimes I feel like different stores or stockists get different colors for some reason. This one here is Soft Bronze, which I also really love. It is more warm than everything here, but not like super golden. Then there's Mulberry. This is like a blackened kind of mauve-y purple color. So it does have a darker base on it. That's definitely not an everyday color for me, but I want to keep it. Then I have a few matte ones. This came in a set last holiday. They had a set for like 5 of these plus a mascara for like $100, and I got some type of sale on it as well. And I felt like that was a great deal because these shadow sticks can be kind of expensive. This is Taupe, and that's a matte. Then this one here is Moonstone. This one's the most sparkly out of all of them, and it's like their Moonstone shadow. That is so beautiful. Lots of sparkle, really pretty. And then last, another really creamy matte. This is called Cinnamon cinnamon, which has a nice warmth to it. So I'm definitely keeping all of these. I love them for single shadow looks. I love using them as bases. You can use them as liners as well to line your lower lash line. I just feel like there's a million uses for them, and I really love the color selection. If you're into more of those like muted neutrals and things that tend to lean a little bit more cool, I think you might like the line. So keeping all of those. Next, let's talk about these ones from About Face. I really like this shadow stick formula, and I feel like there's a nice mix of some neutral colors as well as some fun like actual colorful colors. So I have to talk about the chartreuse. You guys know I love a little chartreuse moment, so definitely keeping this one. It has a bit of a shimmer running through it, which I think is nice, and that one is called Acidic. This next one, which is like an orange, is called Inferno. I'm gonna keep it for now. Then for a nice like cooler taupe kind of color, this almost has an aluminum silver kind of vibe though to it, instead of being more minky to me anyway. But this is the shade Actual Ambrosia. And then last, I really love this one. It looks like kind of nothing. It's like this ballet pink, but I find it just adds something to the lids if I want to do a really, really basic color on my lids, but also it's a nice base for other things as well. And that is the shade Baroque. So I definitely want to keep the Chartreuse, Ambrosia, the Baroque. I feel like this color is on the chopping block. I don't think I have anything quite like it. I'm going to keep my eye out. If I have something that's more in this like orangey gold territory, then I might get rid of this one, just because I know it's not a color I use all the time, but these other three I want to keep. Moving to something that's a little higher end, I have two different shadow sticks here from Byredo. I believe I'm going to keep both of these. I bought both of these myself. First, this is Solar Flare, which really is more of just like a sparkle stick. Like, it's like tons of chunky sparkly glitter, and it's really, really pretty. This formula from Byredo doesn't dry down, but I feel like this is one you can kind of just tap over to get the sparkle. You don't need to build it up and have a lot of product on your lid or even on your face or other places you might want to use it. So keeping that. And then this is a Nikki LaRose kind of purchase or like influence here. This is Coleoptera. I don't know how to say this. Let me look it up. Okay, Coleoptera, I think is how you say that, but it's this reddy brown with a blue, very fine shimmer running through it. I don't know if the camera's gonna quite pick it up, but it is beautiful, and I feel like you really see the blue come out as you sheer this shadow out. It's really, really stunning. Gives you kind of a grungy look overall, but I really love colors that play with the warm tone, but then have like a cooler sparkle on top, and that's what this gives. So I'm gonna keep both of those. Okay, these shadow sticks from Kaja, I got sent these, and I didn't love them. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. They're double-sided, so one side you get this shadow stick, and I just didn't, I don't know. I didn't love the shadow sticks. They definitely are creamy. It's the other side. Like, I don't know. This is probably the best one. The one I'm swatching though as I'm talking crap about it. But you use this to add some sparkle to the inner corner, the lash line, whatever, with the sponge tip. I've seen these before. I mean, these aren't like a new type of product, but you have to put this all the way in and twist it to get more product on your sponge, which I don't necessarily love. But let me swatch some other ones because, again, they are creamy. They're just, I wanted them to be better. I did. Okay, here are swatches. I didn't do the like powder shimmer part on the other side, so sorry if you wanted that. But first one here that I kind of blended out, that's Mauve Mirage. Then there's Mocha Sparkle. Then the kind of pink one's called Petal Prism, Ice Illusion, Champagne Sequin, and then this kind of orangey peach one is called Peach Sprinkle. Again, maybe they're not the worst, but they weren't exactly what I was wanting. I think there's some pretty colors, and maybe they're perfect for you. Maybe you just want that little tiny bit of a shimmer and a shadow stick. They might be something because they do dry down, at least after a bit. It takes a second, but once they do lock down. But I'm gonna get rid of all of those. I have two of the Fenty Beauty ones, and I like this shadow stick. It's not like my favorite. I don't think it's superior to like Bobbi Brown, but I do think that they're nice, and they pack a pretty high punch, I feel like. So you're gonna get more opaque color, and I find that you have to be just a little bit more careful of blending these out so they don't look too heavy on the lids. This is Get On Taupe. Again, very metallic if that's what you're looking for in a shadow stick instead of something subtle. I think you might really like these. And then the other shade that I have here, this one is called Fizzy Froze, and I'm gonna keep both of them. Like, I do like them, but I think just, you know, the Bobbi Brown, even the Laura Mercier, we'll get to those. There's something about them that's really everyday, really easy, and not that you couldn't wear these every day, but they are a little bit more high shine, high impact, and so they feel a little bit more glam and more like a look than sometimes I'm looking for with a shadow stick. Okay, these Freck ones, these I don't understand. I've heard people talk about liking them, but I just feel like they don't ever dry down. They're a weird formula. They're like water-based, I want to say, and I just found them never drying down. They're kind of cool to the touch. I have 2 different shades here. I bought these myself, and this shade I just swatched is Wetlands. I don't know how much of that was out of focus, so sorry, but the shade I just swatched is Wetlands, and it's not the shade I ordered. I ordered a different shade from Sephora initially, like the lighter bronze shade, and they sent me Wetlands, and then I had them resend it, and they sent me Wetlands again, even for the other one. So when these first launched, there was just like an issue with that. But I'm telling you, I'll swatch some other things. I just can't get these things to dry down. It just takes forever. So they're not really my favorite formula. I'm gonna get rid of both of them. While those are still kind of drying, I have some of the Charlotte Tilbury ones that I'll swatch here. These are okay. They're not my favorite shadow sticks because they are a sharpenable pencil, which I like that when it comes to eyeliner. That's my preferred eyeliner instead of a twist up, but for whatever reason, when it comes to shadow sticks, I don't like it as much. I find it a little bit annoying to do. I don't know. I don't love it, but those are the swatches. They're all quite dark overall. So this one's Dark Pearl, which is kind of a gray taupe, like a darker smoky gray taupe. Then there's Bronzed Garnet. And then the last one here, this sparkly black is called Black Diamonds. I think I'm only going to keep the Smoky Pearl. Is that what it's called? I mean Dark Pearl. I'm going to keep the Dark Pearl. I'm going to get rid of the other 2. Not that they're not even that bad. I just don't think I'm going to use them. I'd rather pass them on. So I'll sharpen them and give them to someone else. Okay, let's see. I don't know. They're drying down now. I look like a liar, but I'm telling you, there's something about this eyeshadow stick that I just hate it. And even here, you can see how the base on it is darker. I really don't like those shadow sticks. They just never worked on the eyes for me. They felt kind of cold and wet, just not enjoyable. A shadow stick from the drugstore I absolutely love are these Milani ones. So freaking good. They really remind me of the Bobbi Brown and the Laura Mercier. So if you're on a budget, you don't want to spend the 30 something dollars. Like, it's a lot of money for those shadow sticks. I highly suggest the Milani ones. They are literally so good, so pretty. They really feel high end. So that's number 4, Desert. Look, the first one, but I'm telling you, every single one of my shadow sticks like does that. So if that happens, just be careful, try to put it back in. But to me, it's a very common experience, so you're not alone. Unfortunately, even my high-end ones do that. There's something about it, but I absolutely love Marble. Such a pretty shade. Another one I really like that has a little bit more of like a taupey color to it. I should do these on my hand. This is Sand. This kind of purple, I don't know, aubergine kind of shade is called Lily. I think it's pretty. I might prefer the purple from Hourglass a little bit more, but obviously that's a little more expensive. Really love this pink one here. Another one of those kind of like ballet slipper pinks that I think just look really pretty. That one's called Blossom. That one's called Rose, which is like a copper rose color. And that looks like the same shade. Let's see if it is. Do I have 2 of the same? I do. So 1 rose can go. We don't need 2 roses. And you know, I'm also going to get rid of this purple shade. Not that it's not pretty. I'm just thinking of my collection and all the different colors I have. And I think I have this color in a few others. So I'm going to pass that on to someone, but I'm going to keep all the other neutral colors. Complete and utter absolute trash. These AOA ones literally don't do it, you guys. Look at this. So hard. This is like, oh, such a gross feeling. You're not going to be able to get it on your eyes. And if you do, then you're not going to be able to get it off. Look at this one. Nothing. Nothing. So, yeah, these are like $1. Leave them in the trash, guys. I have a few of the jumbo eye pencils from NYX. These remind me of old school beauty YouTube. Are you kidding me? Everyone used these. And I know for a while, the like white one, the milk one, was like making the rounds as like a highlighting face stick. But I thought returning to these, I would be so excited because there were some great colors. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna like remember how great it is. I just have to say, it's not a formula that dries down, so there's that, and it's not that good of a formula. I don't think it is. I think there's better ones. I like the Milani ones better. I mean, these are better than the J-Cat ones and also the Revolution Beauty. Like, they're not as tacky, but they still have that kind of chapstick feel to them. I'm tempted to keep them, but you know, this is just reminding me right now, like, what am I doing? Why am I gonna keep that? Even if it's a pretty color, the formula sucks. I'm getting rid of all those. I've come to my senses, you guys. I've come to my senses. But yeah, it's like tacky, and so that's just an uncomfortable feeling on my lid. It feels kind of heavy. It feels like my eyes like sticking to itself. It's just kind of weird. But these two colors are very pretty, which if you didn't know, since I didn't tell you, this one's Iced Mocha. Beautiful color. I want other brands to do that color, but not in that formula. Yogurt, which was a classic, and that one feels honestly less tacky, like it really does, than the other ones. And then this kind of purpley shade is called Iced Latte for some reason. So anyway, I'm gonna get rid of all those. I'm so tempted by Yogurt because I think the shine on that is stunning, but I just have better stuff. I have other stuff, and I just know that formula doesn't really work, which made me so sad when I revisited it because I was very hopeful. Okay, now on to ColourPop. This is the thing with ColourPop. The new shadow sticks, really love, okay? Such an improvement from this. I have one of the old ones. These sucked, okay? They just were not good. They had more pieces of glitter in them, and I can get down with that okay, especially when it's meant to be sparkly like that and have those pieces of shimmer. But usually I don't love that when it's like dispersed in a shadow stick, if that makes sense, like with the metallic. So anyway, I want to swatch these out because I don't think I'm going to keep every single one, even though I do like them. The other thing I've noticed is with a few, sometimes the twist up mechanism on them can kind of break. So that kind of sucks, but whoa, look at how icy that is. Wow. Definitely different from my collection. This came out with that Angel 1111 collection. That's what it was. And that one's called Angel Vibes. I think I'll keep that one. I'm going to get rid of the old crappy version. My absolute favorites, if you guys watched my favorites video recently, I love Socialite. This I highly recommend. Look, the color's so beautiful. Formula's great. Give it a second. Let it dry down. So good one shadow look. So good as a base as well. The other one I love is Honey BB, and I know I have one defective Honey BB. I luckily somehow got another one, so that worked out, but Honey BB is one of my other favorites. It's so freaking good. I love it if you want something that's like champagne and warm without being like this kind of a champagne. So easy to wear. So definitely want to keep those two. I'm gonna throw this one away. And as for these ones, okay, I love these kind of colors. I don't care how many I have. I'm gonna keep them. Like, look at that. Yeah, I'm keeping. That literally just makes me happy. I have this darker shade, which I don't normally keep the darker browns, but sometimes it is nice to have something to line with. So a potential keep. This is the shade. I'm not really telling you. I think you say it quokka. It's an animal, I believe. That's on the fence. I'm on the fence. This little bronze shade, really pretty. I want to keep that one. That one's called Walk of Fame. This is a matte, which is really pretty. Kind of reminds me of the Bobbi Brown one. So I don't think I'm going to need that. I don't wear matte shadow sticks as much, which I know for some people, matte shadow sticks is where they go. Like, that's what they're using, but I'm more of a shimmer girl. You guys know. Okay. This purple, that is pretty. I think, let me sheer it out. Under something as like a sheer purple might be pretty. On the fence, on the fence. This one I think was another one with the 1111 collection. It's kind of an army green. It's pretty. I just don't think I need it. So I'm going to pass on that. And then these all came out with the Alice in Wonderland collection. Again, sometimes that spinner gets weird. That purple, I think I can let that go. This is like a blue-green, which is pretty, but I don't know. There was something about these ones that maybe wasn't as good as the other more permanent line. I don't know. This one's kind of fun because it's like iridescent, but I think I'm going to get rid of it. I'm trying to be pretty dang good. So I'm going to get rid of, I think, all of these, and I think I am going to keep the purple for now. I'm going to keep the purple for now. So half staying, half going. All right, let's go through these. I have some Jane Iredale ones here. They sent me all of them, and I think I have a code technically for Jane Iredale. I will try to add it to my description box if you guys are ever interested. I love their lip liners, okay? If there's one thing, Spice lip liner from Jane Iredale, get it, okay? It's so freaking good. Anyway, these shadow sticks are new. They sent me all of them, and initially I was not impressed, but I've been continue using them and they're just a little bit different. They're almost this cream to powder kind of formula. So they don't necessarily lock down in a way, but they do turn kind of to powder. So if you have dry eyelids, maybe you don't want something that like locks down too much. I do find them super easy to blend out, super soft. And I specifically have been enjoying Alabaster because it's like a nice base. Like if I just want to kind of cover up any discoloration on my lid. Again, not necessarily drying down, but there's something to them, which I find really funny. So I think I'm going to keep Alabaster for sure. I don't know if I need this one. It kind of has the sparkle going on in it, but this gray shade has like a lower lash line kind of thing. I think I might keep that. It's matte. But again, you saw how easy that blended out. It turns to like a powder immediately. It's very interesting. So I'm going to pass on Gatsby, but I'm keeping Alabaster, and that kind of gray color is called Dove Gray. So those are going to stay with me. And then this one here, I talked about this in my favorites video as well, so I'm definitely keeping it, but I love this shadow stick from Luna Aster. It's nice and metallic. It's called Blush Frost. No, Frosted Blush. How could I forget? It's just a beautiful color. Really easy, one and done, everyday kind of shade. I brought it with me on vacation. I used it almost every day. So keeping that. I also used the ColourPop and maybe the Hourglass. I don't know if I brought the Hourglass. I can't remember. But I had this small makeup bag with me and I really kept it simple and it was so easy getting ready every day. It was awesome. I think it's time we do the Laura Mercier shades. I don't have as many of these shadow sticks as I thought I did, but I think I might also have another double in here. This is Rose Gold. Oh, that's Moonlight. Maybe this is Rose Gold. Yeah, I have another mini in Rose Gold, so 2 of those. So I'm gonna get rid of the small one. These to me are very similar to the Bobbi Brown. Like I almost think of them as interchangeable, but they just have slightly different colors. They even each have a shade called Moonlight, but the Moonlight from Laura Mercier is more of that taupey shade, which is so pretty. Absolutely love that shadow. So I'm keeping that. I think I'm gonna keep all of these. Oh, look, I have that kind of orangey shade. I don't know if I need that one from About Face. Let me see. Oh, they're different. They are different. We'll see. We'll see. This one here is called Metallic Taupe, and it definitely has a higher shine on it and also has sparkle throughout it. I didn't initially love it, but you know, I've come around to it a little bit more. And then this is part of like this rose collection that they have. And this one's called Kiss from a Rose. So I'm going to keep all of them. That kind of orangey shade is called Sienna, I think. Yeah, Sienna. So keeping all of those. Absolutely love them. Okay, as you can tell by the end of this, I'm definitely going to still have a ton of shadow sticks, but at least I will have a little bit more of ones I like. I feel like at this point, it's just so many. I can't grab in and know I'm going to pick one that's a good formula or a really pretty color, and that is not what I want. So anyway, let's talk about e.l.f. We have a lot of e.l.f. shadow sticks here. These are a great price and they're okay shadow sticks. Like they're okay, but I don't know. I don't love them as much as so many other. I don't love them as much as the Milani, even though they are cheaper. So I'm really only going to keep based off of colors I think I might actually use. So we'll see. Okay, looking at all the colors here, I definitely want to keep this blue because it's so unique. It came from the Cookies and Dreams collection and it's the shade Chill Zone Relax. So I want to keep that one. I'm also going to keep the green because I'm a sucker and like, I don't know. I just want anything a brand has in this kind of green. I'm going to keep. This one's called Lava Lamp. I know the yellow's unique, but I think I can pass on it, as well as this kind of peachy one. The pink's called Bombshell and the yellow is called Stellar. Those are going to go. I'm tempted to keep this khaki again because it's unique, but I just don't think I'm going to wear it. It's called Thrift Shop. I mean, I don't know. There's something kind of grungy about this, and I feel like Thrift Shop is like the name for it. But that's going to go. And then we have Out of Sight, which is this really cool navy. I'm getting rid of that too. I'm going to get rid of this champagne, which is called Champagne Crystal. That one had a lot more sparkle to it. And then I think I am going to keep this kind of gunmetal gray. It has a little tinge of blue to it though. I feel like that's really pretty, and I would like to have at least a couple darker shadow sticks, and I got rid of like that Charlotte Tilbury one. So I'm going to keep this one. And then I'm also going to keep the kind of taupe one, which is called Magnetic Pool. But It's not my favorite taupe out of all the taupes out there, but I'm gonna keep it for now. So I'm gonna keep 4 of the e.l.f. shadow sticks. Okay, I have some Ulta and Sephora shadow sticks. I love the Ulta ones. The Ulta formula is so good. Highly recommend. Another one that, you know, I feel like can compete with some of those higher end ones. So my favorite one that I have is the shade Taupe of the World. So freaking good. Highly recommend that one. Like one of my top shadow sticks. The other one I have here, it's okay, but I don't like it as much color wise. And I don't know, Taupe of the World is just also a little creamier. So I'm gonna get rid of Mauve on Over. The Sephora one is also really pretty. This one dries down. It's a different formula. It's like initially a little bit more wet, and like as it dries, it turns tacky, but then it really stays in place. It like locks down, but in a way where it's not gonna crack, so it still has a little movement to it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, the film it kind of forms can move with your skin is what I'm trying to say, so it doesn't crease. Really pretty, and I love this shade as well. This one is called Taupe. Taupe's the way. I love a taupe. I have these from Maybelline, and I don't remember loving this one. It's an okay color, but it has a, oh my gosh, I should have known. I did put that out a little too much, right? Like, I deserved that. Anyway, this one has like the shimmer running through it. I didn't love how it blended out, so I'm gonna get rid of that one, but you know I'm gonna keep this green. I just had to pick this color up. I was at like a CVS or something, and I was like, you're coming home with me, but this one's gonna go. Some one-offs here. I have this one from Pixi, and for a matte one, this is a beautiful color, so I'm definitely gonna keep this one, and I feel like for an everyday kind of lid shade, if I don't wanna do something shimmery and I kind of wanna have the look almost of bronzer in my crease and on my lids, this one's really good for that, so keeping that. I have this Clinique Chubby Stick, and this is in like a taupey shade too. I have not tried this enough, so this is one I need to get to testing just a little bit more so I know my thoughts, but I'm gonna keep it for now. And I'm realizing I'm not telling you names here. This is Lotso Latte, and the matte shadow stick is called Matte Cognac from Pixi. Okay, from Florence by Mills, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Florence by Mills. This is a shadow stick. This reminds me in some ways of the Sephora one because it kind of like dries down in a similar way, and this is the shade Toffee. Very pretty. Again, I think I'm gonna keep it for now. It's hard with those taupey colors. I'm a sucker. I'm a lover. I love them. And I do think the formula is pretty good. This from REM Beauty. I like this as like something to cover up my lid if I just don't want to show the discoloration I can have. So it's a weird one. I don't use it all the time, but I do like it for that. So I'm going to keep that. I know I have Alabaster from Jane Iredale, but I'm going to keep this one too, and hopefully not keep any others that do that. And that shade from REM is called Light Year. Okay, we are getting somewhere. I know I'm keeping a lot, but we'll have some declutters for sure in here. There's 2 different brands. We have Sigma, which I do really love these specifically. I am a big fan of, well, I like Persuade. You can see, oh my gosh, is that the end? I was that close to using it up. Okay, we gotta finish that up. What am I doing? I'm almost done with this, seriously? Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, you can tell I loved this thing. Persuade is very good. It's just one of those ones that kind of cancels out, but it has more of a pink undertone than a yellow. The one I really love is Sorbet though. This has a little bit of shimmer to it, and so it really just looks really nice on the lid. So keeping those 2. Although this is like, it's like an empty. I really need to use it like one more time. The other ones I never used as much. Like this one is like a matte. Okay, pretty though. It's a pretty color. Bubbles is kind of pretty too. Is that what that's called? Oh, bubbly. It's kind of pretty. And then there's like a golden shade. I don't love the golden. Okay, we can get rid of that one for sure. I'll clean it up. That one's called Radiance. Don't love it as much. But Earthen and Bubbly, I think I'm going to keep. Those are both really pretty. Okay, next I have all these Julep ones. And Julep used to do just nail polish, but now they have like other beauty products. I bought all these on sale. Like I was looking and scoping these out, and then they went on a great deal. So I was like, let me just pick up every color I ever could possibly want. And you know, that's just sometimes who I am. I've just come to accept it. And these aren't the worst shadow sticks, but I don't think they're good enough to have this many, okay? They're not good enough to have this many, so I definitely want to get rid of some. This first one here is Silver Moonlight Metallic. I really like that one. I think I'm going to keep that. And this one's Taupe Shimmer. I think I'm going to keep that one, but I'm telling you, there's a lot here. This is like a champagne. It's called Sand Shimmer. I'm going to pass on that one. Ooh, this one's one I like quite a bit. This one's called Mink Mauve. I mean, they are pretty. They're kind of a cream to powder. That one's called Golden Rose. I've used this matte one quite a bit. Oh, and I know I said I shouldn't keep more of these, but I'm going to keep that. That one's called Putty. This bronze, I think I can let go. It's just called bronze. And this is like a gray kind of matte shade. That one's called Stone. Then this one's called Desert, another one of those like matte shades. I think I can maybe let go of that one. Or maybe I'll let go of the REM. I'm gonna let go of the REM and keep this desert shade. And then last here, this is like a kind of reddy bronze color called Russet, and I'm gonna let go of that one. Although it is a pretty color and it is a little bit unique, but I think I'm gonna let it go still. So still keeping a lot of julep. I mean, again, pretty colors overall. I just didn't need all of these. Like I could have picked up 2, but you know, I'm extra. Sometimes I just can't help myself. Can you tell I'm like getting to the point? I'm like, let's just put these all out here, let's go. I really hated these Wander Beauty shadow sticks. I thought they looked horrible on my eyes. Literally, they looked so bad. So I'm gonna get rid of both of these. And you know, I feel like I can make a lot work, but I'm telling you right now, these ones really were not good and I was hoping they would be great. So getting rid of those. I have this 3-pack from Tarte and they're like shadow sticks on one side and then liners on the other, which I think is really fun. I don't know why I'm kind of tempted to get rid of these just because I don't really use the liners a ton and the colors are pretty, but I don't know. I feel like I haven't been using them as much and the colors are a little, they're just something a little off. They're not quite what I love as much for every day. So I don't know, they're good. The formulas are good. The liners on the other side are pretty as well and like complimentary, but I think I'm gonna pass them on. I have a few from Urban Decay. I have this like taupey one. I'm gonna keep that one for sure. And then I have this blue one and I always keep it. It's like a cobalt. It's hard because I'm like, I do think that's a fun color. I don't know. I'm going to continue to keep it. What's the harm? What's one more shadow stick? But I'm trying not to do that for everything. Anyway, then from Rare Beauty, I have 2 different shadow sticks from that line. I bought these myself, and what are the shade names? Okay, Contentment. Really pretty. I think these are pretty nice. Not, again, my favorite. They kind of go with the Fenty. Although these aren't as metallic as those, but I don't know. I think they're nice. I'm not going to get rid of the ones I have, but I really just suggest the Bobbi Brown, the Laura Mercier, the Milani even. Those are like my tops, but these are staying. That other shade I swatched is called Integrity. This one from Mented, it's a pretty color. I really love the rose gold color of this. It's similar to, I feel like, the Sephora shadow stick and how it is. So it kind of like dries down after a bit. So I don't know. I don't normally wear this kind of color. And I think, you know, it came shoved into the cap, which kind of, I don't know, just rubbed me the wrong way. But I might keep that one. It's gonna wait off to the side and I'll decide then. From It Cosmetics, I did not like this shadow stick. I really didn't. This is called Super Slate. Again, another taupe. Like, it's just, I don't know, there's something about this formula I didn't really like. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And then from Iconic London, this is like a shadow stick and a liquid shadow in one. I don't know. What is up with Iconic London? Like, I'm like, are you a real brand? I don't know why I think that, but yeah, I am buying their stuff always, it feels like. I really, oh, no. Oh my gosh, that's there forever. I mean, I guess that would be pretty together. I've never tried it together. I'm always scared of a liquid shadow, but I wanted to try this color. So maybe I'll test that out. Don't mind the smear. It's just gonna be there. Okay, I'm closing in. I think I only have these 3 to do, but for some reason, I'm really feeling like I want to even do another pass. So I'm just gonna quickly go through and see if there's any that I can kind of pull out from what I'm keeping and see if I can, you know, pare it down even more, even if they're pretty shades. Okay, with that pass, I was able to get rid of a lot more of the julep. I just pared it down even more. I was like, girl, you have other shadow sticks. Why not use those? So I feel pretty good. This is everything I'm keeping so far. But let's continue. I have some here. A lot of these, we'll see. We'll see how many of these stay. But I have my Jouer ones, which I really do love. I have a lot of the shades, and I don't know if I'm going to keep all of them. This one here is like a yellow golden color. And the thing is, I just don't wear this kind of shade that often. That's Regency. I do, though, love this shadow stick formula. I think it's great. This one is called Baroque. I'm going to keep that. Organza is also really pretty as like kind of a gray. Absolutely love Cashmere. So pretty. Beige Glitter was not my favorite. This one has little chunks in it, so that one I actually think I can get rid of. Oh, this is like my absolute favorite. Absolutely love Serene. Beautiful. There's this like reddy rosy brown, which is pretty. It's called Rose Gold. I feel like I have this shade in another one. I feel like I have this shade, so I think I might get rid of that one. And then I have a blue one here. This came out more recent, and I am gonna keep that. It's like a shimmery baby powdery blue. So pretty. So those I'm gonna keep. I'm keeping 5 out of the 7. No, 5 out of the 8. So 3 I'm getting rid of, which let me just say is hard for me. If I like the formula, it's really easy to be tempted to keep all the colors, but I'm just realizing I just don't need that. This one from Lancome, I want to get some more thoughts on it. It's like a taupey, more aluminum cool, but kind of olive taupey color. I have this one from Surratt. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting color. I don't really know what I would do with that, so I'm gonna pass that one on. I have from Chanel this color, which if I could order again, I don't know if I'd pick up, but it has like this subtlest hint of a shimmer in it, like a golden pink, so I'm gonna keep it for now, but again, don't know if I would have repurchased, you know, knowing what it is. And then these are all my Hourglass. I think I'm gonna keep them all, although I don't love Moon, and you guys know that. Yeah, I just don't love it. I'm gonna get rid of Moon. I know I just bought it, but it doesn't matter if it's just sticking around in my collection. If I'm not using it, I'm not using it. But I'll swatch the other colors. This is Galaxy. This is the kind of purple I feel like I prefer compared to, I think the one I got rid of was from Milani. I was specifically thinking about the fact that I had this color, and I feel like if I'm gonna do a purpley color like that, I'm always gonna go for the Hourglass. This is, I think, Equinox. Yeah, Equinox. This one I think is called Solstice, which is like a more warm bronze. Do you like how I'm not swatching them next to each other so you can't compare them? And then my favorite, Prism. Absolutely love Prism. So keeping these, this is one of my favorite formulas as well, the Hourglass. Really great for easy blending, kind of cream to powder in a way as well, but a little different than some of the other ones. And the shimmer is just really elegant, I feel like, on the lid. So keeping all those. Okay, for Moira, I'm getting rid of all of these. I just didn't like this Moira shadow stick formula. It was a little bit harder of a shadow stick, so I just felt like rubbing it on my eyes kind of hurt, so I don't need that, you know. And I got a couple different colors, some matte, some shimmer. I was just really excited for them, and I think that they kind of all suck. So the first one I swatched was Nude Beige. This next one was called Cashmere Rose. I do think the colors are really pretty, but again, just the formula, it kind of turns gummy in a way, like as you're putting it on. That's Satin Plum, that's going. Another really pretty color, Taupe, but it's going. This is the one, oh, well, I used a couple. This one is called Cocoa Days. Don't want it. Rose Beige, gotta go. And then last here, this one is called Caramel, but again, I like the colors, the tones, but I did not like the formula absolutely at all. Now we have Dazzle sticks here. I think I'm gonna keep them all, but let me swatch them just to make sure. I know for sure I'm keeping Flash Storm. Obsessed. I know it's called Flash Storm without even looking at it. The other one I for sure love is Electro Bolt. I just think both of these are really, really fun, beautiful colors. So definitely keeping those. The other ones though, I want to be a little more real with. So I have Force Field, and I know they actually just came out with some other colors, which is really fun, but Force Field, I just don't wear this type of color, although that one is beautiful. I just don't wear it that often. Hail Surge is another one. If you like those icy champagnes on your lid, but I never go that light on my lid anymore, so that one's a little on the chopping block. I'm telling you, I'm being really ruthless over here. And then let's see this silver. There's something about the silver, I don't know, I want to keep. So I'm going to keep the silver. I think the other two, if you can believe it, I'm going to declutter. Just while they still have a little bit of life left in them, I feel like they got to go. So I'm just going to keep these 3. But these are absolutely an underrated cream shadow, seriously. And last year I have a bunch of different shadow sticks I got from Yes Style. I picked these out, and I've always been on the hunt trying to find the best shadow sticks on there, but a lot of them are more glitter glittery and shimmery and not as like metallic or don't have as much of that base pigment to them. The best ones I've found are actually these ones. I don't know if I've even talked about them. These are the Keradium ones, and I think these are so pretty. They don't lock down, but they have a really beautiful finish. Like the way they look is just really beautiful. So I'm probably gonna keep, not the matte one, because I'm already pretty much full on matte colors. This is the one I've used a ton. I really like that color, so I definitely want to keep that one. And I'll keep the other shade too. This one's number 12, this one's number 6. Okay, honestly, as for the other ones, I don't know how many I'm gonna keep because I don't know. They're not bad. It's just not quite my style. These Unleashia ones, if you're looking for some sparkle and you want to like do a little highlighting on the tear duct or like on the lower lash line, I think these can be really, really pretty. And they are a tiny bit thinner, so you can actually get into that area a little easier than like on a full shadow stick. I just don't tend to do my makeup that way. So I think all of these Unleashia ones I'm going to actually pass on. This I think came in the advent calendar, and there's something about this. This is very like you put on and then it's very powdery as it goes on. It's so interesting. I kind of want to play with this as like an underbrow highlight. I don't know, because the formula, it feels like it's dried out, but then it blends out like so seamlessly. So that one I kind of want a little time with. As for all of these, let's see. See, they just have a lot of sparkle and then some base pigment, but I find as you blend that out with your fingers, unless you're gonna like leave it there, like draw a line, leave it, it just doesn't look that great. So I think I'm gonna get rid of that. Yeah, this one too. These are both from the brand Color Fit. I have some Glow Stay shadow sticks. I'm not sure, I don't think that's the brand. These are from the Sam, and again, they are like metallic, but they have that shimmery, you know, bits running through, which normally I would like, but in my shadow sticks, I tend to be a little pickier with them. So I'm gonna get rid of those. From I'm Mimi. These are a little bit more of like a satin. So let me see if I like the colors. Okay, this one I'm gonna keep. This is the shade Taupe Trinket. I don't think I'm gonna keep the other one just because it's a little bit more golden. Another one of those kind of glitter sticks. Pretty, but I'm just not using them. And then these ones I got in my most recent K-Beauty haul, if you guys watched that. And these have like real shimmer. Like you can really see the glitter. Forgive me, not shimmer. Like literal straight up glitter. And that's just not my style, so I'm gonna get rid of all those. These are from the brand Black Rouge. Revisiting what was kind of a question mark, I think I'm still gonna keep the Charlotte Tilbury, although it is quite dark. I don't know. I'm just gonna probably get rid of it. Same with the Mented, and I think the About Face I might keep though. There's something about this color that still feels kind of fun, and I love that it doesn't have a dark base on it. So I'm gonna keep the About Face, get rid of these two, even though that Mented one is so pretty, but it's gonna go. And you guys, I think we've cut it in half. I am pretty sure, if not more than half, because if I'm not mistaken, I'm keeping these, and I'm getting rid of these, and these are more full. So, oh my gosh, it was a lot, I know. And I've been saving these. I wanted to go through them. I at least was like, if I have them, I want to swatch them for you guys, because I love the shadow sticks, but these ones I definitely feel like I can pass on. A lot of them are still really great. I'm gonna clean them up and all that to give away, but I feel like now I have a more manageable, yes, still a lot, but a little bit more manageable amount of shadow sticks. So I feel really great about that. I decided to separate them out so they could all fit in one drawer. So I have like my kind of higher end, like Sephora. There's also the Chanel in here, but like the Fenty, Rare Beauty, all those kind of brands. Hourglass as well. These are all Bobbi Brown and Laura Mercier all together. These are more colorful ones, so About Face, but also all the ColourPop, some of the e.l.f., and all the chartreuses. These are one-offs and also taupes, so all my taupe shades, those kind of bronzy, easy neutrals that I go for. This one's a little more drugstore, so I have Milani. Sigma's not drugstore, but that's in here. The Julep's in here, the Pixie's in here, and then these all are just like shorter, so in size they're all similar. Byredo, KVD, and the art class one. So I'm so glad they all fit into one drawer. And, you know, even eventually, maybe I'll get to getting rid of some of these. But for now, I feel really great about that. Okay, we're moving on to eyeliner, and honestly, prepare to be shocked because I'm just not messing around, okay? I am not messing around. I only want ones I'm gonna use, a few colorful ones, but I'm just over the fact that I'm probably not gonna do something too adventurous, you know what I'm saying? And if I do, I'll figure it out then. I'll figure it out. I have so many shadows I could turn into liners. I mean, I can get creative. I know how to work with products, so I'm keeping that in mind for when I go through these because I really just want it to be easy. This is just, I can't easily pick a liner that I'm gonna need, you know, and that's what I want this to be. I don't want to be searching through stuff, and at least at this moment, I don't have them separated in an easy way. Anyway, enough talking. Let me just go through and quickly get rid of what I know for sure I don't want. Anything that I'm getting rid of is gonna go in here because that's probably gonna be sped up for a little bit. Okay, all these I know I'm getting rid of. That's what I'm talking about, okay? I just feel like I love eyeliner. Don't get me wrong. I have my favorites that I'm freaking obsessed with, but I just want it to be easy to find those ones. You know what I mean? I feel like, again, I'm digging through a bunch of crap to find the ones I actually want to put on my eyeballs. If you're wondering like what's actually good, what are you picking out for sure? These ones are like, I know I'm keeping some of my favorites. So I have this one from Urban Decay. That one's called Mushroom. Absolutely love. Actually, let me zoom you in so you can even see what I'm talking about. But that's Mushroom. I love these kind of taupey grays because I don't need a ton of contrast on my eyes to get some nice definition. I don't need a million blacks. I just don't need it. I like the Rowan ones. I have a couple of their liners. I think they only have two, but this is the gray one, and I also kept the bronze one. Just really pretty easy liners. Those ones I definitely wanted to keep. Rose Glow is another one I really, really love from Pixie, one of my faves. I like the formula of the Jones Road. This is more of like a wooden pencil, so it's more similar to that Charlotte Tilbury one you guys know I love. It's a little bit harder, but I like that. I feel like I have more control instead of something so creamy that I end up having way too much around my eyes that I didn't expect, like harder to control, which I'm like sitting here being like, where is my Charlotte Tilbury one? I think I put it in here. I tried to put everything I have in these liners, so hopefully I won't throw that out again because I feel like I had to repurchase it because I didn't know where the other one went. I'm keeping quite a few of my Persona. I think I got rid of like the black shade just because I have so many blacks from so many brands and I just didn't need that many, but I really love the more recent liners they came out with. They have shades called Stone. I think one's called Graphite. Really love those. And there's another one, a brown, I think. I don't think it was chocolate. I think chocolate's been around, but maybe I'm mistaken. But I really like this. It's a creamy formula. It locks down though. I'm also keeping Plum and Bronze from Persona. I'm keeping some of my McQueen liners. I get these from Yes Style. I really like them. This one makes me sad because it's kind of dried out. So I'm going to sharpen it and see if I can bring it back. But really make sure you put those lids on tight. These dry down. And so, you know, if the lids aren't on, oh, excuse me, they are going to dry out. But they're so cheap. So I really like them. I'm keeping most of the ones that I can from them. They have like a nice range of neutrals that are dark but not necessarily black, while also obviously having a black too, but keeping those. And then all of these I'm still trying to decide. This is that Julep eyeliner I was telling you about. It's a little dry, but again, kind of a taupey, shimmery shade. I'm going to keep that. I have this AOA liner, and I do like this. It's a brown liquid liner, and I like just quickly adding a little wing on the end of my eyes sometimes, so I'm gonna keep that. It's probably too old to be honest, but I'm gonna keep it. I really like these Makeup Forever pencils. There's like brown ones, and you can use these as lip liners as well, so I'm gonna keep, I think, all those, and then I'm gonna use the white from there, so I don't need another white. I have this neutral eyeliner from Victoria Beckham, and it is less stark than the Make It Forever, but I never use anything in my waterline like that. Like, my eyes could not handle it. So I'll get rid of the Victoria Beckham. I like this Lily by Red, even though I'm not usually like a twist up girly. This liner, I'm keeping it for that. It's so pretty. This is a McQueen one, and it's like a rosy color. I don't know if I'm gonna use that, so I can pass that on. For black, I think I'm gonna have my Urban Decay, and then this Louboutin one that I got in the advent calendar. So I'm gonna keep those for blacks. I literally need no other black. This is like a gray from Glossier, which is very similar to the Rowan, so I don't know. It's a little less pigmented though. I don't think I need it. I don't really wear that kind of color. This is a shimmery one from LH Cosmetics, and I think that's really pretty. Brown from 1999. Keep that. These kohl liners from Victoria Beckham, I wasn't a big fan of. They're really creamy, and they do, I think, lock down like after some time, but I don't know, they're like too creamy for me, so I think I'm actually gonna pass those on. Like, I'm just holding on to them at this point because I'm like, I spent so much money, but they gotta go. And then I have a bunch of greens because I love greens. So I know I'm gonna keep all these greens, I think. This is, let's see, oh, a really pretty chocolate brown. Do I need another chocolate brown? I don't think so, so I'm gonna pass that on. Okay. These are all the eyeliners I have. I feel like I'm missing some though, because I'm telling you the Charlotte Tilbury wasn't in here, and for some reason I feel like some of my other faves weren't in here. So hopefully I find those. They must be somewhere else because I'm actually using them. These are like in the drawers. But to go from this, oh my gosh, let's zoom out. I have all these I'm getting rid of to just having this. That's what I'm talking about. This is still a shit ton. Let's get real. I do have these liners though that I need to go through. Now these are a little different because they're like, you know, duochrome, multi-chrome kind of liners. I have some from Kaleidos. I have some from Moira. Let's just swatch them. I don't know if any of them have dried out. That's the thing with liners. You gotta make sure they're not getting dried out over time. I can off the bat though tell you, I'm gonna get rid of these gel liners from Lethal. It looks like they're dried out anyway, so they might need to just be trashed, but I'm telling you, my liner is a little powder wing with the BK Beauty 208 brush, okay? If I'm gonna do something like that, or a pencil liner to kind of line and smudge on my lash line, so that's really what I'm doing. The Moira ones are pretty, but they're a little bit thinner than the Kaleidos. The Kaleidos are literally stunning. If these are still good, I'll probably just keep the Kaleidos because literally they're so pretty and they're kind of everything I need anyway. I think I have a short doing eyeliner with these, if I'm not mistaken, but like literally so cool. So as long as I can swatch those, I'll probably just keep those and just get rid of the rest. Woo, pretty. These are inspiring. These are fun. That's all I need, you know? This blue, oh my gosh, do not roll them up too much. Okay, gosh, I'm like losing half my eyeliner here. Yeah, these all seem fine, so I'm just gonna keep those. Keep it simple, you know? So cool. The colors you're seeing are different than what I see. As for what else is in here, let's see. This is, oh, that waterproof liner from McQueen. I do think it's nice. I just don't need a liquid liner, so I'll probably pass that on. I have some of the Danessa Myricks ones. These just break off so easy, and they're really thin, which could be nice for liner, but again, they're breaking off, so those are gonna go. And then the Moira ones, again, they're nice. They're pretty. They're a little bit more sparkly, but I like the thicker line from the Kaleidos, and again, I feel like I'm just getting everything I need, so these are gonna go. Oh my gosh, if you guys have been with me through my declutters, then you probably are like, this is a miracle. I can't believe she's finally doing it, but this is huge for me. The liners just get me because I'm like, oh, I don't have that color, but you know, I'm past that, at least right now. This is all I need. Okay, while we're here, let's do some more cream shadows. These aren't just cream. There's some like liquidy creams and squeeze tubes and also just like liquid shadows. And again, I'm gonna try to be pretty good about these. So let's see what I can get rid of. These are from Sydney Grace, and to be honest, they're really pretty. They really are, but I don't always love these kind of squeeze tube products. I don't know, I'm gonna swatch them and see if like I can get re-inspired because I remember them being literally stunning, but You need the tiniest amount. And this is why I love a shadow stick, because it's already in stick form. But look, it's kind of like that Byredo shadow, I feel like. Maybe a little bit more intense. That's the shade My Bond from Sydney Grace. This one's a little liquidy and a little dark. I don't think I'll keep that one. That's the shade Smoke and Mirrors. I know there's like a really pretty like rose gold one. Oh, this is like a beetle. That one's kind of fun. I don't know if I'm gonna wear it though. So maybe we'll get rid of that. And then I remember this one I used quite a bit. I'm running out of fingers. Yeah, that one's pretty. And it has like a kind of pink flip on it. That's the shade Stolen Kiss. So right now, we'll see if I change my mind, but I'm gonna keep 2 out of the 4. Okay, more of these kind of like squeeze tube. Let me just grab all those out and then we can kind of just focus on those and push the rest because it's getting kind of distracting. Okay, I know I love RMS Strobe. I believe that's the name of this one. Yeah, this is one of the prettiest taupes. Hopefully mine's not dried out. I really love this and it's kind of a pain in the booty. Like I kind of hate the packaging, but it's one of the prettiest taupe shadows. And again, the finish on this, it blends out really nice. It dries down. It's like a second skin, so it doesn't crease. And it just adds a really pretty sheen to the lid. So definitely keeping that. The other shade I have from RMS, this is Spark, and it's not the same. It's not the same love. This one's more of a bronze, and I believe it has more of a dark base on it. And so on me, at least, it doesn't have the same shine. You can see it doesn't have the same shine. So this one's gonna go. Definitely highly recommend that Strobe shade. But then I have some from Give Beauty. Let's see. These, again, the paints, they're just such a pain to use, to screw off, all that. I have one from Paco Rabanne's line. I have one from House Labs. I'm telling you, there's a lot of them. Let's just do these first. So the Give Beauty one's called Midriff. I remember putting this on and being like, there's nothing there, but you can see the sheen. So maybe I will keep that and try again because I'm into more of those subtler shades now. The Paco Rabanne one is also pretty. It's a little bit of that kind of like olivey bronze almost. And then the House Labs is like a rose gold. It has like silver glitter in it. To be honest, I just don't want to deal with them, so I think I'm going to get rid of those. And I'm just going to keep the Give Beauty one because there's something about this on the lid that seems actually exciting to me. And I just want to try it again to see if I like it now or if it's still not good like I remember. And then these two, just going to get rid of. This Exa one, I mean, it's disgusting in there. Yuck. And then Item Beauty is no longer a thing, so declutter. Okay, now we have a lot of liquid shadows, and I know some of them I just don't think I want. I'm going to keep this Glossier. Did you guess because it's chartreuse? That is why. Yeah, you're not wrong. I just can't not, okay? It's just what it is. I should do a little brat short, shouldn't I? With all these other ones, liquid shadows, let me just say, I usually just don't love them. I'm more of a shadow stick girl. These are pretty from Jones Road. I like the tones of these a lot, but I never use them. They were sent to me and I'm grateful, but I don't use them. I just find them so finicky. I'm just gonna get rid of those. I'm gonna be harsh right now. I'm gonna get rid of these Stila ones. This Ilia one, I will say, it's matte, and something about it, it's really easy to blend, and I do find that it just looks really good. It's a little bit thicker, and so, like, look at that. No seams. You don't see the seam. So that I'm keeping. I actually really like that. It's like a free sample, but so good. These from Ciate London, so sparkly, so pretty, but they're kind of drying out. Those are gonna go. I'm telling you, I'm being harsh on these liquid shadows because they need to be. I need to be harsh on them. These were sent to me from LH Cosmetics. These are really pretty if you're looking for just straight up sparkle. I actually have used these a couple times. I brought them on my vacation and we went out one night and I wore them like on my lower lash line. So pretty. I have 2 different colors here and I mixed them when I wore them. So this blue one is the shade Tease and I like wearing them a little more sheer because they don't have a ton of base. But this one's really the stunner. It reminds me of this shade I used to really like from ColourPop when they did these liquid shadows and these iridescent colors. But this is the shade Blink and it's just so pretty. So I'm gonna keep both of those, but they're kind of an exception for what's about to go down. Okay, these from ColourPop gotta go. Who cares? These are dried out from Lethal. I did really like those, but it's been a while. This from REM is a pretty shade. Again, another one of those kind of iridescent shadows, but it does dry down a little thick. You know, like it can get a little scaly, but I like a sheer shadow now, so I might keep that one a little bit longer. This Moira one can go because I have the LH1 and I really like it. These I talked about in a recent trying on makeup video from Persona. These were sent to me. These actually went on way easier than I thought. I think I'm still gonna pass on this bronze one, the darker bronze, because it's a little dark for me, but I'm gonna keep the Oro shade and the pink one as well to continue testing. From Half Cake, they sent me these Night Show shadows, and the thing is, the tones of these are stunning, so I kind of want to give them a try because they're like metallic. Let me see how it blends. Yeah, there's something kind of promising about this liquid shadow. I love that it has a doe foot on it too and it's not squeezed. So let me swatch them to see which ones I want to keep. Oh yeah, that's pretty too. I just thought these were really pretty tones and I was kind of shocked from Half Caked that they did so many neutrals because I feel like they do some more fun colors, but all of these honestly look stunning. That one's a little bit dark, but there's something about that tone. Can you even see what I'm doing? I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know, there's something about it. I just put a little bit of iridescence on it. Okay, these I just want to test. I gotta test them, okay? These are staying. Those beautiful neutral tones got me, guys. They got me. Okay, my camera battery is about to die. As for what's left, I know I'm getting rid of a lot of Half Magic stuff just because some of it is like drying out a little bit. I love this and I would even repurchase the Chrome Addiction in ASMR. It is a stunning, literally stunning color, but yeah, it's dried up at this point, so that's gonna be trash. I think the only one I want to keep, I mean, that is pretty. I'm telling you, I just don't use these. And I also feel like the packaging on them, as much as it's different, which I appreciate, it is kind of hard to get the product out, I feel like. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna keep any of those. I want to keep Bunny, I think it is. Baby Bunny. That one's really pretty. It's more of like a pink. So I'm gonna keep Baby Bunny. And then there are a lot of like cream shadows or like matte shadows, so there's no shimmer in them. And again, fun for creatives, but not really my style. So I think I'm gonna pass all those on. I just wasn't using them. I like the single shadow and Wet Pebble. I like some of the cream blushes, but those gotta go. And then from About Face, I have a lot of these liquid shadows. These are actually really great liquid shadows out of everything out there. Let me find the color that I really love. It's like a perfect neutral, although it's also a little dry, but I feel like it makes it a little bit easier to work with. So I love this shade. That's Smolder, so pretty. And this shade is also quite pretty as well. This one is called Fracture, but Smolder's really it. I for sure want to keep Smolder. Yeah, I mean, pretty, but I just don't know if I need them. This one's kind of dried out. That's the thing, like, it's good to have the colors you know you're actually using, but for everything else, buy it when you actually are needing it or using it, because if not, they're gonna sit there, they're gonna dry out in your drawers, guys. This one is the Fluid Eye Paint, but it's a matte one. Let me see, because I know everyone loves these, but this kind of reminds me of the Ilia, like the color and everything, but it's like the more intense version, and I think I'm more an Ilia girl in terms of intensity right now. So I'm gonna get rid of all these About Face, and once again, I'm getting rid of all of these, and I'm keeping this little guy. That's pretty good, you guys. That's pretty good for me. I want to do some mascara and brow products. I know it's not the most fun, but I just feel like with such staple products, it's good to just know what you want, maybe clean out some of your mascaras if you have a lot going. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up this declutter with those categories. Okay, so the mascara situation is kind of intense. I have 2 baskets here of just unopened mascaras, like when brands send me stuff or free gift with purchase. Like, these are all unopened, so I want to go through those first and just really weed through what I'm excited to try and what I don't think I'm gonna get to in the next like 6 to 8 months and pass those on, because these are the things that my friends and family like love the most for sure, because even if they don't wear a lot of makeup, they usually wear mascara. So let me see what we have here. And even some of these done ones, it just depends on how they send them sometimes in PR that they're still new, even if they're not in a box. Come Hell or High Water, you already know. It's one of my favorites. I love it. I love it. That's Cali Ray. I purchased that, so keeping it. I do want to try this Byredo one. I got this in a advent calendar last year, so I'm going to keep that one. I also have been keeping this Louboutin sample because I already had the mascara and it's so good, so I do want to keep that. I have 2 of these mascaras from City Beauty that I got from the Creators and Friends trip, so I'm going to pass one on even though I haven't tried it. We'll see if I like it that much. I'll get it again, but I'm going to keep the one that's kind of loose. I'm going to get rid of this Catrice. I don't really tend to love e.l.f. mascaras. This is the Lash and Roll. I'm going to get rid of that too, but I want to try the one Kelly loves. That's like a tubing one that's brown. I think it comes in brown. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of these though. And even the Essence, it's not that I don't want to try it. I'm just so stuck on my tubing mascaras right now. So I'm going to get rid of all those. I know other people will enjoy them. I have a YSL Lash Clash, which, let me see. I have this one I'm using right now, which is a brown mascara. It's a huge freaking wand, okay? It's crazy. And this is Lash Clash as well. I don't love the freaking wand on it, so I'm gonna pass the mascara on. I don't know if this is the Thrive one that I think is tubing. I don't know if this one's tubing, but I kind of want to try that Thrive one. I have some here from Half Caked. I think I'm gonna pass them on because I've had them a little bit, so I want them to get some use before they go bad. I, for some reason, got sent 2 of these Milk Makeup ones, so I'm gonna pass one on because I'm already trying the other one. It is a tubing one, and I've been enjoying it, but I love the Cali Ray, so I only need to try the one, at least for now. This Huda Beauty one, I think I'm gonna pass on. Ooh, Chantecaille, I wanna try that for sure. The Hella Thick from Fenty, it's pretty good. It's okay. It grew on me as I used it, but I can pass on the sample to someone. I really like the Pillow Talk one from Charlotte Tilbury, so I do want to keep that. This Iconic, I think I can pass. I have a Freck one here, Lash Rocket. I do love these little mini ones because I can get an idea of if I would like potentially the other one, so I think, I kind of abandoned that. I don't know what I want to do, but the Surratt Noir Lash Tint, this one I've really been wanting to try for a while, so I definitely want to keep that. Oh, is this the one? This is the one that she likes, that Kelly likes. But it's in black, I think. Okay, definitely want to keep that e.l.f. one. That must have been sent to me. Didn't realize. I have Glossier here. I love the Tower 28. I'm going to keep that little guy. I'm going to get rid of this Lottie London. There's a MAC one. I'm going to get rid of those. Blink one. Lash Extension Tubing Mascara. I want to say Blink was one of the first tubing mascaras. Or like the one that was like known for it when everyone else. So I do want to try that because I'm obsessed now. This one from Paco Rabanne, I'm going to get rid of that. I mean, part of me wants to try the Bare Minerals. I've never tried the Bad Girl Bang. It's been forever since I've tried their Real. I've never tried Fan Fest, so I kind of want to keep these ones from Benefit just because I've like really not kept up with them like forever, so I'm going to keep those. The Lawless one I'll pass on. Il Maquillage I can pass on. These Tarte ones, there's a tubing one, so I want to keep the tubing Tarte. I really liked the Man Eater when I had it before, and I remember loving the Lights Camera Lashes too, so I kind of want to keep those. I know this is a lot of mascara, so I need to get real. Rare Beauty, let's pass that on. This one from Surratt, I don't want to open it, but I don't think it's the Noir Lash Tint. It's like a different one, but maybe I could compare the two. What am I doing? Glossier, okay, that's the best I could do, guys. It's hard because I never know what I'm going to want to try later, so I'm going to get rid of these, though. It's about half. I got rid of about half of my unused mascaras, so I can pass those on to some good homes, completely unused. Now for these 2 buckets, this is supposed to be like eye primers and then my open mascaras, but as you can see, the open mascaras have taken over. I'm just really bad at getting rid of the mascaras when it's time. I can't do it. I just want to keep them all, and like, look. What is this? I have 2 different ones from Tower 28. I know these have been open a while. I should get rid of the black one, just trash it. I also have the brown one. It's called Drift. I kind of want to keep it. I know. I tried this Iris and Romeo. I've only tried it a few times. It's kind of an interesting wand, if you will. I want to give that a few more shots. The Refi, I keep trying to give some shots. Okay, this one I should let go. This is that Christian Louboutin one that I love so much. This is so nice though. It's a really great mascara. It's heavy. I really wish they just had insert tubes that you could re-put in the packaging, because I'm telling you, when I say this is weighted, I mean you could beat someone. Like, it's heavy. It hurts. I'm sorry if that hurt your ears, but it's gotta go. It's like way too old, honestly. Like, I should not be putting this on my eyeballs. That hurt. That really hurt. Ooh. This Gucci I also remember really liking, but I almost feel like it's been too long for this one. Oh, that's a thing. You get these nice mascaras. You want to just use the same one over and over. Okay, I'm getting rid of that because, again, it's not worth your eyes. These, I think one of these, oh, one's brown, I think, and one's black. I don't know if I've tried these. I don't think I've tried the black one, but I do want to try the brown one, so I'm going to pass on the black one. I haven't opened that. Okay, this is that kind of like red mascara, remember, from Charlotte Tilbury. I think that has like a few more uses on it. The Milk Makeup one's new. I can keep that. I'm just putting them off to the side right now. This Bobbi Brown one's pretty dang good. I haven't used it a ton, so I feel like I can keep that. Another Tower 28. That's definitely got to go. I really love that mascara, but then the Cali Ray came into my life and I was obsessed. Okay, I have 2 tubes open right now. This is the Gucci Mini that made me buy the full size. I really did like it, but that's got to go too. I've been using this YSL one. Again, it's the Lash Clash, but in brown. I love the color of this brown, but again, the wand is a little tricky to work with. This one from What's Up Beauty, I didn't love, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then I also feel like the Urban Decay Perversion, which I really do like, that is just a little old. This is what I'm supposedly able to use. Oh, this Ilia one, I don't even remember, so I should probably get rid of it. I should just probably start really, really fresh, guys. So when you think about how long you're supposed to have mascaras, we're halfway through the year. So some of these I'm like, oh, around holiday. I'm like, okay, that's over 6 months at this point. You're only supposed to have your mascaras for 3. Get it together. I think that means I probably realistically should get rid of these 3 as well, even though I do like them. Or, well, I have the black one of this. I think I would prefer the black. This red was quite red. It was cool and pretty and different, but anyway, those are gonna go too. And even here, it still is a shit ton of mascaras open. What the heck? And I also have this one that I just got from YesStyle. It's from the brand Neogen. So, okay. Those are the mascaras. Quickly with eye primers, I definitely want to keep my Urban Decay Sin Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Love that. It's basically a cream shadow and a primer in one because it has that little bit of a tint and kind of sheen to it. I have a bunch of these Alter Ego. This is like my go-to primer, but I don't know which one's new. And I have a new one here. They send it to me every time they send a palette. So I'm just going to open a new one right now. Just have one so I know which one's good. This glitter glue from NYX is ancient, so I feel like that should probably go. And I don't really use glitter glue. I don't really care if things stay on my eyes as much. Like, I don't want it creasing immediately, but a little lived-in look. I kind of like that style overall. And then this from Ulta Beauty. Someone had mentioned to try it since I liked the Urban Decay Sin, so I picked it up. I went in the store and found it. And it's supposed to be a dupe. And I will say, color-wise, it does look very, very similar. I feel like Sin's a little bit warmer in the base. This is a little bit more neutral or even cool leaning. So I'm going to keep that for now, but I think the difference I really like about the Urban Decay, just in packaging, is that it has that doe foot because it makes it so much easier to get on your eye. This is a little thick, and so in the tube it's kind of hard to squeeze out, but it's really, really beautiful if you guys are in the market and want something a little cheaper. And that is the new and improved mascara situation. Feeling pretty good about that. I sometimes just need to get so real with myself with these mascaras because I'm telling you, I will, if I could, I would keep putting on that Christian Louboutin one, but I gotta stop myself because I do not want to get eye infections. It's definitely not worth it. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Okay, last section are brows, and I have quite the stock of stuff, but again, I think I'm ready to let go of some things. You might be looking at this ABH brow pomade being like, girl, how long are you gonna keep that? I know. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. I don't even use it. I don't even know the last time I used it. What am I doing? Trashing that. That's what I'm doing. I'm also getting rid of this prep mist. This was like, I bought a wax thing. It was like a whole thing from WB Co. And yeah, that's gonna go. The worst freckles ever. I think this is on my worst of video. This is crazy. That's gotta go from Lottie London. And then this is a Merit brow gel. Everything in here is again kind of the mascara situation where it's like unused. So I guess we should go through that because this is the thing. I always am like, I'm gonna dye my brows and I still have not done it. I know. I've been okay with my brow routine lately. I've been switching it up. It's like as soon as I think I like something, I switch it around. But it looks like a mascara got in here, but I want to keep this one again. Roller Lash. I don't even know the last time I used it, if I've ever used it, to be honest. Okay, lots of brow gels in here. Let's see. I have two iconic London ones. These ones, though, are tinted. I really do like this color. I have one open, actually, and it's a nice taupey color. I'll even try to get you a little swatch of it. But I do really like this. It's a really small brush, and it gives me a very natural brow. Okay, like a in-person, real people brow, not a super glam brow for my blonde brows. So I bought these as backups. I'm gonna keep those. My Rowan brow pencil in medium, I stocked up on these. I've stocked up on them many times actually from Ipsy, I wanna say. I haven't seen them on there forever, so they're in medium, and I got them for $5 instead of $26 like they normally are, and I've been using those for years. I really also love the Persona brow gel, but this one's in the shade Warm Brown, and I go with Cool Brown, so I actually am going to get rid of that one, pass that on to someone. That color just tends to overall be too warm. I have a backup of this ABH brow pencil, the Brow Wiz in taupe. I did not mean to do that. I accidentally ordered two somehow. Same with this Warm Brown. That's going to go from Persona. The Brow Pro palette, you guys, wow. I think I'm still going to keep this. I know that's like really kind of a lot, but I'm going to keep it. I just can't get rid of it. I can't. The one thing I can't get rid of, okay? I have a brow pomade here. This is in the shade Clear from Surratt. This is the thing. I have a bunch of clear ones, but because my brows are so blonde, I can't really use clear brow gel. Like, that's not really going to do anything because my hairs are blonde. So I keep around ones I think I might want to try once I actually do dye my brows, if I ever do. And then I end up having all the stuff. So I'm going to get rid of this clear brow gel and even the Merit one. But I'm going to keep these three on the off chance somehow, some way, someday I dye those brows and I can use them. Okay? Just don't judge me, okay? On to these. So this is what I usually do for my brows, like things that are open, I'm testing, I'm using. I usually have like pencils in one and then like brow gels in the other. It's time to get really real with myself. My normal brow routine, let's just dump it out. My normal brow routine, Rowan brow pencil. Again, this is the medium shade. I just throw away the cap. It's just nice and dark, but thin, and it's a stiff pencil, which I really like. So I'm keeping that. That's the pencil I tend to use. I also do like the ABH Brow Wiz, and I do like the shade Taupe as well. It's a little warmer, but I'm gonna keep that too. I've used the ColourPop one. This one's a little more waxy in a way. I've definitely used it. Sometimes I just, you know, want to use up stuff. There's not much left on that, so I might just keep it to use it. This AOA one, that's gonna go. I've been using this one from Benefit, and that one's pretty nice. I use the shade 2.5. I don't usually use a blonde brow pencil because I feel like they go a little warm than what I want. So I'm gonna get rid of this little Winky Lux one, ColourPop Feather. I never really got into drawing the brows on, and again, this one's just so warm. That's gonna go. Oh my gosh, the Charlotte Tilbury pencil. Keeping that, love it. Another one of those, oh, this is like the one that's like a three-pronged one that you're supposed to like give you natural brows. Like, I just am not talented like that. That's gonna go. Another ABH one that I have, this is the like diamond one. It's the Brow Definer. Sometimes I use that for a softer look if I don't want, you know, individual strokes. So I guess I'll keep that for now. This Yensa one, I'm not going to keep. It's just a little warm. I also have some Lawless ones, which we'll get into some other Lawless products. I kind of want to keep one of these. I don't need both. I have two different shades. Wow, the wax bloom on that is intense. Like, It's just almost white looking. Blondie's a pretty good blonde. And then the other shade that I have is called Teddy Bear. I'm going to pass Teddy Bear on. I'm going to keep Blondie for now. I'm going to keep this little, okay, I really thought I was going to do better at these, but I'm keeping everything. This is from Benefit. It's the shade 3, but I'm almost done with it. And it's like a, you know, little sample size. So I'm going to keep that. And then this Unleashia one I just got. So I do want to keep it and see how it does. It's micro though. Like, this is so much smaller than all the other brow pencils I just showed you. It is so tiny. So freaking tiny. So keeping that. That's in the shade number 1. So these are all my brow pencils that are like in use, and I feel great about them. I feel like if I had to go in here, eyes closed, pick one, it's gonna work for me. I'm not gonna have like a bad brow day if I use those. Now, the gels are a different situation. We gotta be careful with these because the gels are kind of a lot. Let's get into it. What I've been using. I have really enjoyed this for a more intense routine, but I think it just makes the difference. I like this Lawless Hold Up Soft Set Creamy Brow Wax because, you know, it adds a little bit of color. If I want to just do this for a light brow look, I can do that with a little pencil. But what I do is I put this in my brows first. Then I kind of let that set a little, and it does kind of give a little hold, but it's still flexible, movable. It's waxy still. Then I'll go in with the Iconic London, and it's a deeper color, but not too much. And it still gives me a hair-like look. So I've been loving that with like the Rowan pencil. Like, that's a good brow day for sure for me. Okay, let me put these in the right place. So I'm keeping those two. The other brow day that I really like is using the Persona Swipe Up, but this is in the cool brown shade, and it's definitely a cooler brow on me and also a darker brow, but when it gets to the point where there's not a ton of product, it really gives me a fluffy brow look I really love. And again, I can put this with just the Rowan pencil, and that's a good brow day too. That being said, I'm getting rid of this Persona. This is the warm one, and this is the difference. Well, it doesn't look that different, but I'm telling you, in the hairs, you can definitely tell it's a little bit warmer, and in sunlight, you can really tell. And I like a little more of an ashy, cool tone brow on me. So I'm gonna get rid of that. I used to just go back and forth and be fine with it, but I'm just like, why have a subpar brow just because? These I'm going to get rid of. Those are like to highlight your brow and stuff. Okay, that being said, Moira, gone. This looked horrible. This is like pretty much dried out. I don't even know if I got to use it from Pacifica. Gone. This Yensa one, color-wise, was just too green almost. Like, you can see it's just not the right color for me, what I'm looking for. Otherwise, I would have liked it. This ABH one, I love the color, but it's just a little too dry of a formula, so it leaves like what I call dingleberries in my brows, which we don't like, no one likes. These are just getting kind of old. I don't use this anymore. I used to love this from CoverGirl, is my favorite brow product, and I just have moved on. You know, you always feel like you're never gonna move on, but I did. I moved on, and I'm okay. This one from e.l.f. I know a lot of people like, but I did not get on with the Wow Brow, so that's gonna go. Another CoverGirl, that's gonna go. Those are just old. This Kosas one I was so excited for, but again, color on it was just a weird color. It's kind of green. I don't know. I kind of want to try it again, but I remember not liking it. This one from Tarte, it kind of looks a little warm in the brows, but it's such a fast brow because it just gives me a brow really fast. So I'm still kind of tempted to keep that, to be honest. I don't know. These ones, I'm kind of like, do I keep them? Same with this Huda Beauty one. I love the wand. I love that it has fibers in it. I kind of want to just give it a try. And if I do my brows and I go, what the hell? What the hell was I thinking? Then I'll get rid of these as I use them. But for now, they're going to stay. Essence Make Me Brow. I don't really remember this for some reason, but it's kind of light. I don't know. I'm going to get rid of that. Sigma Brow Tint. What's this? Is it tinted or clear? Okay, that's clear. I'm going to pass that on because I don't even think I've used it. I'm going to keep these Milk Makeup ones. I'm going to keep giving them a shot, but if you saw my most recent makeup try-on, it was kind of a disaster. And the Jones Road, this must not... oh, no, it's been used. This I remember being kind of like chocolatey looking, like it has a warm brown undertone. So I'm not going to keep that. And then I have the Buble and Rudy freckle pen, which if you're looking for a freckle pen, this is the one. It's really cool because it's like an alcohol marker. I don't know, in makeup school, there's like alcohol palettes you can use that are activated. And so you can really build up these, it's like looking weird on my wrist, but you can build up these sheer layers that look like they're coming from under the skin. So you can paint veins and, you know, redness and broken capillaries and things like that. And I feel like that's kind of what this formula is, but in a freckle pen, and it has that kind of ball at the end of it so that you can get a rounded shape that's a little more natural. I think it's just a really well done pen, and it's all in one. You shake it up. If you're looking for freckles, this is just like the easiest way to do it. And I love that it looks like it's under the skin. You could tap it out if you want. It's just a great freckle pen if you're looking for one. So I'm gonna keep that. And you guys, we did it. The brow products are like under control. Everything in my collection's kind of under control. I mean, just this alone, to be able to get rid of all these mascaras that are unopened and brow products that are unopened, very exciting. I know tons of people are gonna be excited for that. My mom's gonna be texting me, I can tell you that much. But before I end it, I wanna show you guys what my drawers look like now, because I think I showed you at least a little, or maybe I'll just show you a before picture. They were overrun. There was tons of stuff. I mean, it was a lot of product, and I just feel like now they're more manageable, easy to kind of shop, if you will, you know, shop my stash, test things out, know what I have, all that. And I'm so glad to have really cut it down. I do think I was pretty ruthless, but hopefully even with trying some of these other things out, like a few of these brow products even, I will be able to even narrow a few things down even more, but I feel pretty good overall. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much to June's Journey for sponsoring this video. I will have the download link in the description, as well as the QR code. You can use that to download the game. But other than that, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!